and welcome. This is Melissa Armo with the Stock Swoosh reviewing Target. A lot of times people ask me, does every trade that you do work? No, not every trade that I do take works. So this is a trade that I don't think is going to work. And ironically, I sort of had a feeling the day that I did it that it wasn't going to work at some point in the afternoon because it just didn't act right. And then the next day I thought, okay, this pretty much should go the next day. And then it didn't, and now here it is. So I did a put in this. It's probably not going to work. It expires on this Friday, and it's a very short week for the market. It's going to be low volume, and yes, the market's up today. Is that why this is up? Yes, but it just didn't act right last week. So, and I really do think this has a sell-off, but the timing of it now is totally warped. So this closed here, gap down. Didn't put it in this day. It should have gone. Should have worked. Should have fallen, should have sold off, should have done it, should have gone. And then again, I was like, I don't like this now. And I was too late, I was in it. And then this really didn't look good at all. And then Friday was a nothing burger. And now today we're up with the market. So technically, could this still make it by the end of the week? Yes. Do I have high hopes for this? No. No, and it's kind of funny because Target has been one of our favorite stocks to trade that has almost worked every single time I've ever done it. And again, the last time that Target made brand new all-time highs, we're talking like 2021, like after the COVID run-up. So this is a beautiful chart to short, usually. I mean, I can't even tell you the last time I did this, I lost, to be honest with you. I'm like almost shocked here. But this is an example of a trade that did not work for me. And, again, could work out. I've got Tuesday, forget it today. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I've got 3 days left, expires Friday. I just don't think it's going to work. I mean, I think it needs the market to crash for this to work. Well, that could happen, but there's plenty of things going on this week that could crash the market, but this is one of these ones that failed. So this is a failed bearish gap because it reversed, even though I would never go long this in a million years. But you do have retail traders that like to buy gap fills and they like to buy dips and they like to buy stocks in downtrends, which this is. That's not anything that I ever do. But again, just showing an example of something that failed because this was a bearish gap down that as of right now, I'm down in the trade. I've been down in the trade. Like I said, I was never up in the trade. And usually people say, well, how long are you in a trade? Usually 24 to 48 hours is a good indicator. Not that I kill it. But this should have gone here, and then it for sure should have gone here. And then again, we talked about this in the room last week. When it didn't go here, it's like, this probably isn't going to work. So, and now, obviously, look at this. Again, I think this needs the market. Could it technically sell off? Yes, but only if the market does, because otherwise this isn't going anywhere down right now. But I still like it lower. But I mean, I'm not doing a swing trade in this. So we'll see. We'll see. But this is an example of a bearish gap down that I did a put in. That as of right now, I'm down in the put that expires Friday. So yeah, not every trade I take works. I wish every trade I took worked, but that's just not realistic. And that's why you have to size yourself. You know, if you oversize yourself in trades, again, you know, we've been on a nice roll here, but like if you double, triple, quadrupled yourself here, size yourself too big for this. This wasn't expensive though. But if you do something like that, you're going to get burned because, again, inevitably, that will be the one that doesn't work, and then I'll call 3 other trades that work. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyways, nothing to be gained from this. There's really no takeaway here. It just flat out didn't work. And I think when I started trading, I developed my system, and then I was applying it, and then I was using it, and through this whole process, when I was trading, like for the 3 years I was figuring everything out, there are times when something doesn't work, and there is no explanation. None. So you got to let that go. That's why we size ourselves in trades. That's why we have to be, you know, conservative with our risk or consistent with our risk, I mean. Because if you're not consistent with your risk, trade after trade after trade, risking the same, again, like I said, you're going to get burned if you're too heavy in one thing, and that's the one that doesn't work. And then you could have a high win ratio and actually lose money. Like you could take 5 trades, 4 could work, and 1 could lose. And if that's the one that you risk too much money and you're not consistent with your risk, you get burned. So I don't think I'm going to make money in Target. I don't think it's going to work by the end of the week. If it does, if I can even get out of it flat or with something, I will. As of now, there's no point here. But again, if the market falls, That's probably the only way this is going to turn around. And then it might. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, good luck, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon.